people react as anything to go by. I have no idea what's going to happen in the future, and neither do any of us, which is oddly comforting. But for those that have been watching these vlogs, thank you. Those who've been watching the movie, thank you. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let's try this again. Hi, I'm Kyril Mbaha, and this is my weekly vlog. Yes, you heard that right, weekly. I know last year, at the very beginning of last year, I was talking about how, I've got all this content that I want to do and all these things, and I started doing it. You know, I did the video on the XT4s, XT4 and XT3 comparisons, shooting that Huawei short film, and then the pandemic happened. When I got the XT4, it was actually like just on the verge where we're hearing about stuff from Wuhan, and a lot of the footage that I was taking outside, the test footage that I was doing outdoors, you know, people were already wearing masks, people were already wary, and I was like, I really hope it doesn't get here, but of course it did. Things are kind of weird right now with the pandemic. For those that don't know, right now in Malaysia, we are under what's known as an EMCO. I can't remember what the E stands for. MCO stands for Movement Control Order, and the E is for extended, extreme. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of areas that are completely closed off. Thankfully, my area isn't completely closed off, but unfortunately, it's been quite a few months since I've been able to do actual work besides editing. And I've finished my last editing job, so I don't know what else I can do to earn money, which is scary. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm trying to keep a level head about things. And it's interesting because last year, that's when a lot of people started to decide to do vlogs or some kind of YouTube content, but it didn't feel right for me. I mean, first off, I wanted to do vlogs and I wanted to go outside. I had a whole bunch of things planned that I was gonna try and do. And of course, that was all changed when the pandemic happened. Mental health-wise, I wasn't in the best of places, and I'll totally admit I had a couple of breakdowns, emotional breakdowns during that time, just trying to figure out what I was gonna do. It was tough. It was really tough. It was tough for a lot of people. I'm fortunate enough for me to not have it as tough as quite a few people out there in the country, and for that I'm very grateful. But still, I think for everyone, unless you're the 1% richest, this has been an incredibly shitty time. For me, last year, it was more about trying to figure out how to move forward. Because everywhere I looked, it was people kind of hoping for the pandemic to go away soon so that things could go back to the way they were. Whereas for me, it seemed very obvious from the get-go in the first few weeks of lockdown, like, things are never gonna go back to the way they were. I had to rethink a lot of stuff, especially for my career. As you've seen on the Kickflip vlogs, for the 100 or 200 or so that watched those, I was trying to figure out some of the way of doing it because it did not look like I could release the film on the horizon anytime soon. And hence went into streaming, and it opened up a whole new different thing. You know, and it was things like that, trying to figure out what am I gonna do? How am I gonna move forward? And one of the things I thought about was I really should just take advantage of the fact that I have a YouTube account which I can monetize. I really should just use that to do shit that I like, you know? Because yes, when the lockdowns, were eased off for a bit and we got to work in the, filming and shooting, I managed to do a whole bunch of shoots because the second the lockdown opened, everyone was like, shoot something, shoot something, shoot something. And then just like that, another lockdown happened. And another lockdown happened.
Another one.
This is called the third lockdown. It feels more like the fourth. Like, shit just kept happening. And to just wait till things calm down before I can like quickly shoot a whole bunch of shit just doesn't make sense anymore. Like I should take advantage of my YouTube channel. But at the same time, like a big part of why I wasn't doing it last year was I wanted to know what kind of stuff I wanted to do. Like I wanted to be a bit more honest. I wanted to be a bit more fun. I wanted to do things my way. I did not want to do the typical usual stuff that everyone does. I just wanted to do something a little bit more me and a little bit more different. I want to experiment with shit and just do stuff for fun and not chase the likes. And a big part of that was actually from doing Geeks in Malaysia. The podcast me and Amelia Chan and Nick Dorian have been doing since 2012, with a big 4-year gap. But since 2012, we've been podcasting. And during the pandemic, we still wanted to keep it up. One, because it was a great way to just keep in contact and have some human interaction on the computer screen, but also just to keep the content going. And that turned into just making every episode a recorded episode when we could actually meet together.
J.J. Abrams admits that having a plan would have benefited the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
Really? And that's been really fun. And even now, even though we're socially distant again, like we're messing around with the format on the YouTube channel as well.
And with that,
all cake!
We're getting a lot more interaction. We're doing videos on playing retro video games again. And one of the things that it really hit home was how much fun it was to just do shit that we wanted to do. Yes, we would like to be able to monetize that YouTube account. We would like to be able to earn off that thing, but we're still keeping very strongly to the whole, we're gonna do what we enjoy. If it's not fun, we're not gonna do it. And as we were doing it, I'm like, shit, this is fun. And I wanna do more of this stuff, but do it on my own channel. Like things that I would want to do or find interesting. Could be some fun shit, it could be some weird shit, I don't know. Just wanted to fill my channel with some consistent content and not give a fuck anymore. That's why I've started this thing called Let's Try This Again, where every week, hopefully, fingers crossed, please call me out on this if it doesn't happen. I just want to post up at least this vlog every week. At least this one. And there's some other things that I want to do as well. For example, music used to be a huge part of my life creatively. From the moment I came back to Malaysia in 2001, I've been playing in bands very consistently till somewhere in the 2010s, early 2010s, up until Rollin' Sixes kind of took a hiatus. But I really didn't play much music after that. Like I did Kaimano for a bit more and that was fun. And then work got in the way and we stopped doing it again. And trying to get back into it was tricky because we're adults now. Everyone's got their own shit to do. You're not young anymore and being like, fuck it, I'm gonna go play music. You're like, no, fuck it, I gotta go pay bills. I do wanna start doing music again. I might even do some covers, which is like such a typical YouTube thing to do, but hopefully I can do them my own way and put my little flavor on them. There's also a ton, and I mean a ton of old content that I could feasibly put on YouTube. For example, I'm gonna start putting up all my old recordings, no matter how shit they are. I think the first thing that I'm gonna be putting up is my original demo for Kaimano that I recorded in 2000, 2001. Summer of 2001, recorded in my dorm room after my exams, because I had nothing better to do. And that was the demo that helped me find the band members for me to start Kaimano as an actual live band. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting that up and some other recordings from that era. And any other recordings that I happen to have that I have rights for. And start recording some new shit just whenever I want. Some covers whenever I want. Just some stuff with music, because it's been too long. Like my fingers, the calluses are gone on my fingertips. And that is a bad sign for a guitarist. That means you have stopped playing for a long time. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to do. And I've been holding myself back. That's the thing that I realized. I just hold myself back because there's a big part of it which makes you go, who's going to want to see this? Why would I even waste my time in doing this? What is the point of putting in all this effort? And before, that problem was usually because I was expecting something, a kind of payoff at the end. And now I've kind of come to grips with the fact that, hey, if that's how many people are gonna watch that video, then fuck it, so be it. If that's how many people are gonna watch this over there, or gonna watch that movie, or gonna stream this, or whatever, so be it. I've kind of made peace with the fact that in my career, to quote Jack Nicholson, maybe this is as good as it gets. And a lot of people look at that as sad. But, you know, it's a question of, do I wanna change the way I like to do things for the sake of trying to get popularity? Or do I want to keep doing what I like to do? I want to keep doing what I like to do, regardless of how shit it is, regardless of how few people are interested in that kind of shit. Hopefully I'll be able to mess around with a whole bunch of different things, like, because ideas have been just popping up, you know? You got nothing else better to do during this pandemic, so you start thinking about shit. And the way my brain tends to work is you think about it, and then at some point you kind of talk yourself out of it. To quote the person that I idolize the most, Kevin Smith, I would like to follow my whimsy and just see where it goes. If no one's into it, that's fine. I just had fun with it. So yeah, because I got tons of crap. I'm quite an archivist of my own life for some silly reason. We've had video cameras in my life since I was a kid, and I've been digitizing these things. Like, that's one of the things I've been doing during the pandemic, digitizing shit. So I've been looking at all these things and going, I should do something with this. So yeah, this is the first episode. I actually shot this like a week ago, and the sound was terrible. And we're back. So the name is apt. Let's try this again, because I'm literally trying it again. I kind of planned to do this just right after my birthday, so I have like a specific date that I can remember. The plan is to do this for a year. I want to see if I can get 52 episodes of at least this show. Even if I don't do all that other shit, at least this video. 52 episodes, one whole year, so that by my 42nd birthday, I'll be able to look back and go, wow, that was fun. Oh, wow, that was a waste of time. Oh, wow, I kind of lost weight. Who knows? Anything could happen. So ordinarily, this is the part where people say, please like and subscribe and ring the notification bell. But instead, I would like to ask you all to please just look out the window if you're in lockdown, breathe some fresh air, and wave your genitals about. Thank you, and good night.